What's going on, cousins? It's your boy, AJ Red. I'm back again with another episode of the AJ Red Show. And we're going to be covering the Real Housewives of Atlanta with the tired-ass bullshit they got going on with Marlo over there in the ATL. Y'all want to discuss it? Of course y'all do. Come on over here and have a seat. Let's talk about it. It's the AJ Red Show, starring me, AJ Red. Look, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Y'all ready to get into this next topic? Let's go. What's going on, cousins? As I said before, it's me, your boy, AJ Red. I'm back again with another episode of the AJ Red Show. And we're going to be covering content from The Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 5 and 6. I'm going to combine them together, and I'm still not going to be very long because the shit ain't changed at all. But before we get into all that, please go ahead now and hit that subscribe button if this is your first time watching one of my videos. If not, thank you so much for being here and hanging around. Thank you for being a friend. Listen, and also make sure to hit that like button. That helps the brother out a lot. That's the thumbs up button. And make sure to share these videos with somebody, okay? Before I get into tonight's topic, y'all listen. I know y'all probably saying, bitch, we tired of hearing your excuses. We're not trying to hear all that shit. We need to hear content. We need to see videos. We need to see your crazy, tired ass face up on the screen. So get your shit together and come on. But listen, y'all. I don't know what it was. Honestly, with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I will tell y'all, I just didn't feel like covering episode 5. I barely felt like covering episode 6. Because it's just so fucking redundant. It's just so already been done. It's just so over it. It's just so burn it, throw it away, start all over again. But for some reason, like I tell y'all all the time I'm on the camera, and I have these issues with my throat. Now I don't know what the fuck's going on, so I had to take my ugly ass down into the doctor. And now you're talking about something about some motherfucking thyroid or something. I don't know. But that's not an issue in my family, and that's not something I claim. So we're going to get past that in the name of Jesus. Anyway, but I am healthy. I am well. I am taking care of myself. So for those of you who are worried, please don't. I am good. G-O-O-D good. But my ass is tired. And that's probably what the issue is. Run around trying to do 10,000 motherfucking things in one day. Because I'm not the kind of motherfucker to sit up and say, oh, I'll do this later. I'll take care of that later. I'm not a person that is a procrastinator. I am to a degree with certain things that I really don't want to do, like paying bills. I don't want to fuck with that. But I just like to get things done and get it off of my plate. So with that, again, I sincerely apologize if you guys have missed me too long. But shit, half of y'all ain't missed me too long because y'all was down there in the comment section fucking around with me and Mr. C and Captain Kurt over there getting his motherfucking rollers knocked out his head. But anyway, thank y'all for all the love and everything that y'all do. I feel like I ask y'all for so much, but y'all give me so much more in return. And for that, I have to say thank you. And I'm so honored to be before you and on your television, on your computer screen, on your telly, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, jumping into the topic. There's really not a whole lot to say about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's no wonder I don't get very many views for this because I guess everybody already knows that the shit is old and tired and played out. Me personally, it's still the ongoing mess with Marlo, right? If you watch, Marlo came in on season 5, still acting a goddamn fool outside of Kenya's door. Kenya's having a moment. She's trying to be with Brooklyn, get some rest, be refreshed for the next day for this Kenya Moore hair care situation, but then all of a sudden, the girl's at the door. Now, let me tell you something. Sheree is one that would throw a brick and hide her hand. That pisses me off more than anything with a fake motherfucker. Now, she may not have beat on that door like Marlo did, but she did, Clydesdale kick the fuck out that door for the one good time. She tries to make herself, she's the oldest bitch in the bunch, and she still doesn't sit down and drop some knowledge on these girls and let them know that half the time the shit that they're doing is not worth their time. It's not ladylike. It doesn't look good. Yes, maybe for TV for a certain point of time, but after that, we over that shit. So anyway, somewhere along the way, Marlo and the girls decided to get the fuck away from Kenya's door because I told you I'm going through this real quick. Monyetta and Marlo get into this big blowout behind the situation with Kenya, and they almost get into an altercation. Marlo's walking off, big mouth and loud and all this different shit, telling Monyetta and the rest of the girls, fuck off and fuck y'all ain't nothing but some toy bitches and all this different shit. Y'all kiss Kenya's ass. Y'all suck up to her, let her do what she want and get away with it. So I guess Marlo's point of view this season is to hold bitches accountable, right? So somewhere along the way, she tried to slam Monyetta's ass in that door. Now, they showed the scene and repeated it over and over again. Now, that door was one of the doors that had an arm on it, and it takes the pressure off even when it's trying to close or you trying to slam it or even open it. It's one of those, I think I want to say hydro jack or some shit like that. I don't know. But y'all out there do that kind of stuff. Y'all help me out in the comments. But Marlo said she didn't try to slam that door on Monyetta, but she a lie. She tried to smash her motherfucking ass like a fucking glowworm in that motherfucking door. But it didn't work out in her favor. Monyetta followed Marlo out into the lobby doing what loudmouth schnooks do, yelling in the fucking hotel lobby, making a scene, making them look bad and all this different shit. My whole thing, if it's something you wanted to say to Marlo Monyetta, just say that to her, get it over with, be done. Y'all ain't got to be all down there in front of them white folk acting a goddamn fool down there in Alabama. It was just ridiculous. I thought that Kenya had called the police on Marlo. Of course, Marlo is no she's no new person to the fuzz. You know, she ain't like she just ain't never had a run-in with the law, as the girls keep talking about how she slashed the lady face not too long ago and did all her other shit and was in handcuffs and her mug shots and all that different shit. Now, I'm going to address that when I get to see episode 6. Y'all listen. Y'all better fucking bear with me. I'm barely up. I'm sleepy. I'm tired, but I got my motherfucking ass up here 7 in the morning so I can get these videos rolled out and started for y'all. And it's a good Saturday morning. I should be in the bed with the cover still tucked up under my motherfucking chin, sniffing on my pillow and making love to my sheets. But here I am, honey. I'm in front of the camera trying to make sure I give people, well, give myself the benefit of the doubt and give the people the information that they so deserve. Somewhere along the way, after all that shit blows over that night before, because it was stupid and childish as fuck, Kenya was supposed to perform with the band at Alabama State or something like that for the Kenya Moore hair care. All of a sudden, Kenya's sick. She can't breathe. She can't hold her arm, or she can't do this. She can't do that. But yet, you still have enough strength to call 911, which is good. But I'm thinking if your assistant is in the motherfucking room, what are they good for? Why aren't they calling 911 and explaining your symptoms and getting you over to the hospital? So anyway, Kenya goes on this random, the ambulance, or should I say, the wambulance came and picked her up and took her to the hospital and ran a bunch of tests and all this shit. And then the girls was checking in. Excuse me, I got to turn my air conditioner back on. I done fucked around there and got it was too cold and turned that bitch down. Because when I woke up, it was like Elsa's house in this bitch, which I don't mind. But yeah, so Kenya went down to the hospital, y'all, and she ain't stayed there 24 hours. Like I told y'all, it was a setup. And she was sitting there with all that shit to get out. I think she did all that to get out of actually having to perform at the thing. She didn't tell the ladies what the fuck they were there for either. So that was a big issue going on with the ladies. Now listen, the shit don't really sound interesting, and the way I'm saying it, because it wasn't interesting watching it. Honestly, before I go any further, Andy Cohen, if you are watching, if you are listening, I have some ideas for the show. I vote we get rid of Marlo, we get rid of Sheree, and hell, honestly, let's do a whole recast. Honestly, let's do a whole recast, because if you think about it, Marlo ain't got nothing but mess, fuckery, and foolishness to go off of right now. She just trying to hold everybody accountable for things of the past. She want to make a bitch talk about some shit they don't feel like being bothered with or probably can't talk about. But she want to put on pressure. Ain't nobody got time for that. And we still don't know your storyline with you and the boys. Ain't shit going on with you and these boys. We still don't know where the fuck your money comes from. We still don't know what the fuck you do for a living other than hold the peach and start a bunch of fucking mess trying to hold other bitches accountable for their old actions, whether they be or not be. It makes no sense. I vote get rid of Marlo. Sheree, we've seen enough. This is her second peach. She ain't did no more this time than she did the first time. Who gonna check me, boo? Me, bitch. I want her fired, Andy. Get rid of her ass because she ain't doing shit. The only thing gonna be her storyline, which is probably not gonna come to surface until next season, is gonna be this grandbaby that she got with with the boy named Cairo and this little girl, Alani or whatever. She by Sheree took 20 years to get off the ground. It finally somewhat launched. The website keeps crashing. Ain't shit going on with that. She fucking around with Martell Hope funky ass. Ain't shit going on new with that. We don't give a fuck about Martell Hope. We all know he a hoe. He a hoe and everybody knows it. Done. Marriage Huntsville. There it is. So get rid of Sheree. She ain't got nothing going on. We don't want to see Sheree. She ain't got shit going on. They want to be on there, make them a friend to the show and let them come on every once in a while. Because other than that, they ain't got shit we want to see. They ain't talking about shit we want to hear. Kenya has lived out her time already. Kenya ain't got no more storyline. She struggled for the longest trying to get that man up on there. She done married him. She done got Brooklyn. The storyline for one season was the divorce that went on and on and on. It kept going, and it still ain't over with, so it don't make no fucking sense. We don't understand why Kenya is even here. Kenya more hair care. Marlo said that Kandi is using the platform to project her businesses. Well, why can't we just say that Kenya's pretty much doing the same? Kenya more hair care, that's all the fuck she talks about, right? Sonya ain't been on it. This is her second season. I would say give Sonya some more time to prove herself. Maybe she can be on a probationary period because at this point she ain't got shit going on other than trying to put her people out the goddamn house. She want them gone. And her sister is offended. Mama and daddy was, but I don't think they are too much more at this present point. But Sonya and Ross ain't had enough time to be around one another, running around the house naked and shit, chasing each other to be fucking enough to get this second child they keep talking about. So Sonya, I say let's put her on a probationary period. Drew, let's go ahead and cut Drew too. Drew ain't got shit going on. Last season, her and Bob the Builder was sitting around and all that arguing, potato cake head, all that arguing back and forth, in counseling, out of counseling, talking about the kids, talking about adopting them or not, and all this different shit here. There's no storyline there. Please let it go. Now she back talking about a singing career and all this other shit like everybody knows her. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Maybe take your ass over there to VH1 that Tyler Perry just bought us somewhere over there and get your skills up, or go back to Disney and play somebody's mama or some shit like that, and then come back over here with some more credits up under your belt, and we'll talk to you to see what else you've gathered around the world and that we can discuss or even put up on the show to use as a storyline for you. Because I don't understand the point of Drew even being on here anymore at this point. Because she was another one. Kenya go out of the hospital, now this bitch bring her daughter into the hospital, excuse me, y'all. It's just fuckery and calamity, one step after the other. Get rid of them. Kandi, I love Kandi from the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. Kandi ain't always done everything right, but Kandi try to do the best she can from my heart, as I think most of the ladies do when it comes to charity or thinking about others, sometimes outside of the circle. Kandi, we've seen Kandi in the beginning stages. We've seen Kandi with the black and red wig. We've seen Kandi with the chopped and screwed hair. We've seen Kandi when she was single. We've seen Kandi when she was dealing with Block. We've seen Kandi when she was raising the kids. We've seen Kandi when she got married to Todd. We've seen Kandi go through the shit with Mama Joyce. We've seen Kandi build businesses after business after business after business. We've seen Kandi send the kids off to college. We've seen Kandi put a surrogate on the thing. We've seen Kandi have several more children. We've seen Kandi just flourish business-wise here on this platform. How much further is there for Kandi to go? I'm sure there's more endeavors that Kandi has. And honestly, I don't blame her. If I can sit up on this bitch too and bring y'all a yeah, and honestly be the kingpin of this bitch now that's still standing, I'll stay here too and promote my businesses. I don't see a motherfucking thing wrong with it. But let's too put Kandi on a probationary period. We need to see more. After we've seen everything, Kandi, I'm only saying that for Kandi because I want her to stay. So Kandi, find some more to pull out your little midget booty and show us what you got going on. I, at this point, never thought I would say this, but I feel now I'm gonna go ahead and agree with the collective. Bring back Nene Leakes. Bring back Kmsl. In the words of RuPaul, bring back my girls. I don't even fuck with Nene Leakes like that. She got on my nerve half the time, but something had kicked up in me yesterday, and I was sitting down watching Nene Leakes' funniest moments. I never knew that Nene went off on Star Jones' motherfucking ass on The Apprentice the way she did and had us scared. Nene had them Boston bitches around and had the whole scared, to fuck with her. So I just say bring back the girls, Andy, holler at Nene, call her up and see what she doing nowadays. They say she ain't doing much because she just broke on her African boyfriend. So 9 times out of 10, she might be going through a little heartbreak. She need an extra coin. Call down at the Nene house and see what she's doing and see if we can get her back on the show. Kmsl, pretty much right now, her house and her life is in a fucked up disarray at this present moment. We need to know what's going on over there. We getting everything out the tabloids. I want to see Kim over here on the show so we can hear and see firsthand what the fuck went on between her and Croy. Because they have storylines, she and Nene. Nene gonna make some shit up. She gonna make something happen. And just her presence half the time is gonna make the show kick the fuck off. Because Marlo is trying to be the new Nene. It ain't working for her. It ain't working for her. So the next morning, like I said, they were thinking, they calling over there checking on Kenya and stuff, and Marlo sitting up in the bed reading her Bible and saying prayers and stuff. Now that's one thing my grandma said, don't let the devil pray for you. Now Marlo's sitting there praying to she praying for Kenya. She's praying for Kenya on the lighter side, on the positive side, on the camera. But that bitch is probably sitting there saying, Lord, when them cameras off, Lord, keep that bitch over there in the hospital, make it so she can't come back here and do nothing else with us because I don't want to be bothered with her no more. And we are sick of her. But somehow she managed to show sympathy with the girls and want to have a prayer circle with the girls about Kenya. And then she turned around and be the same one say, I sent Kenya flowers and they were sent back because they say she was checked out of the hospital and gone home. And she read, but they say she gonna stay. They gonna keep her and they gonna run some more tests. Tests. Bitch, please. Running no tests. Kenya had got up out that hospital, said fuck y'all and fuck Drumline, and she was headed back to Atlanta and left you bitches down in her Brooklyn and the nanny. It was gone and left y'all down there. So I think that's rude, because my thing is I had a friend one time, and I don't care if the bitch watching, because she was a friend one time. That means the bitch ain't no friend no more. And she can watch, and anybody else she affiliated with can watch, because they were all a fucked up bunch. The fuck bunch. And she know who I'm talking to, and I don't give a damn fuck. You ring this phone up, bitch, I'm gonna bless your motherfucking soul. But the bottom line is, this bitch invites me to her family reunion. Out of town. Me and my nigga, she invites us to her family reunion out of town, right? And begging me for months. And then all of a sudden, when I finally give an answer at her people place around her family, while we playing cards, shooting the bull, drinking, and they sucking on oxtails and shit like that, I finally go on and tell her. I told her dad kept asking me, and her mom, I said, they say, you so much like family, you close to us, you do so much for us as far as family support and all that different stuff. And I did. Love the family, love them. Why don't you come on, go down there with us? I got my shit together, paid for the hotel room, and let her book the hotel room. When I got down, it was a motherfucking atrocity, bitch. They served me motherfucking Captain Crunch cereal for breakfast, bitch. It was a continental breakfast. They ain't have no biscuits, no butter, no pancakes, no eggs. Bitch, the bacon. I love some bacon. Bitch, ain't have no bacon around this motherfucker. I done booked and paid my money and gave it to her ahead of time and get down here to this room and it's a motherfucking mess. And then when I get down here, she had the nerve to get into it with family members. I came down here on your penny. Well, my penny, but on at your request. And when I'm in my room sleeping, the bitch done got into a fight with her sister. Them big bulls around there rolling over, fighting up in the room in front of their motherfucking parents, acting like a bunch of motherfucking children. That's how childish they were. Then the bitch gets up and ducks, hits the highway and heads back to Houston and leave my bitch ass over there in Corpus Christi. Now, I was really offended, which I still am, and I'm still mad with the bitch behind that shit. But it brought a new bad behind it because the bitch left her kids. The bitch left her children with her parents or whomever was willing to bring them back. So that showed me right there, bitch, you was not a friend and damn sure nobody's real motherfucking mother. And so to that I say, no thank you. My issue with that is, and the correlation I'm bringing to that is how, like Kenya, how can you bring other bitches to an event that you are hosting and then you decide that something has gone on and a situation that's taking place between you and one other person and you decide to abandon ship and abandon everybody? That's some fucked up shit. And so from firsthand experience, I know how that feels. And bitch, No, I wouldn't forgive that bitch. And the next time that bitch invited me somewhere, I would find a reason to not be there like Kandi. I'll have my own shit going on and be taking care of my business. I won't be fucking with that bitch. So all y'all stupid. If Kenya invites y'all anywhere else and y'all fucking around there and show up to the thing, y'all some silly motherfuckers. Moving on. Episode 6, very briefly. Again, my thought process was recast. Episode 6 was nothing but, to me, like a filler episode. It was basically piggybacking off of 5 and 4. My thing is, Marlo is still coming for Candace. For Kandi. She started asking about the OLG. She started talking about her motherfucking nephew. Bitch, the boy, my nephew is dead. He dead, bitch, so why the fuck you bucking up Kandi Street behind this boy? Well, they keep talking about me and my record and me slashing the girl face back in the day and me going to jail. You know what I'm saying? That's all you bitches do is sit around and pull up old dirt on bitches and try to throw it in their motherfucking face. Bitch, it's old dirt. You can't spray me with no old shit. The bottle is empty, bitch. And that go for all you bitches. Stop pulling up old shit. If you gonna drag a bitch behind some shit, at least put enough thought and effort into it to drag a bitch in the present time. That's my request. At least drag a bitch in the present time, because all this old shit, Marlo stuck on old shit by her nephew, which don't nobody know. Ain't nobody even heard of. She probably didn't even fuck with. And I told y'all, just like I said, she wanted somebody to send flowers and send candy, and she wanted the OLG gang to cater her nephew's repast and all that. Wanted Kandi to send flowers, wanted Kandi to send cards and all this different shit here, saying her condolences and all this. Bitch, for what? I just had a coworker die with at my job. Them people don't give a fuck about you. Once you lay around and be put in the pine box, bitch, that is it. And the part to boot, he was not an employee of hers at the point of his murder. Well, he was murdered by somebody else that worked at OLG or some shit. I'm just like, I'm so over this. Y'all are so fucking childish and so fucking kiddish. At this point, bitch, I'm ready to go sit up over here and watch what the shit these kids be watching nowadays, Coco Melon or some shit, because it makes more sense. At least I'm learning something. Dora the Explorer. At least the bitch teaching me something, because you bitches on it. Well, y'all teaching me something too. Not to fuck with fake bitches. Because honestly, to a degree, all of you motherfuckers are fake. And the way that Marlo keeps coming after Kandi behind this ordeal, and I don't want to keep making it seem like it's Marlo only, but I'm saying Marlo because Marlo is the main one that's pushing the issue about Kandi needs to be held accountable. Y'all let Kandi get away with stuff. And if you think about it, looking at the cameos and stuff back, Marlo did make a comment saying, oh, nobody holds Kandi responsible. They let Kandi get away with what she want. Kandi ain't got to never answer to nobody. She ain't never got to respond to them. But I'm going to hold Kandi accountable this season. You can't hold no fucking body accountable, bitch, because we still looking at you side-eyed for putting them kids out. Marlo need to go sit down somewhere and go to fucking therapy. That's what you need to do. Real psychiatric therapy. Not that counseling shit, not that life coach bullshit. Because this life coach shit, I don't even believe in that shit. If you can pay a life coach and have a bitch, I can be a life coach if that's the case. Anybody that's a positive thinker and know what direction to go in or how to point a bitch and good at inspiring motherfuckers, you can be too a motherfucking life coach. If Heavenly stupid ass can come out to my she a life coach or relationship coach, Heavenly Kimes, because I was irritated with her silly ass too and get up and tell my son, if a woman takes and smacks a man in the head with a skill that you ain't supposed to put your hands on her, you supposed to just walk away. Bitch, please. Not. First of all, if a bitch gets smacked in the head with a skill, they still standing around talking about whooping the bitch ass, they must be motherfucking He-Man or Thor, bitch. But no, that is not possible. You have to respect people and where they are, whether you agree with it or not. And not only that, You can't come into somebody's life and try to tell them how to live their shit or how to correct their shit when your shit's still fucked up and everybody knows and everybody sees it. It don't work like that, Marlo. It don't work like that, Kenya. It don't work like that, Sheree. All of y'all on here trying to correct the other one's actions or the other one's life or tell the other one how to live or tell the other one she needs to do this. She needs to come forward with that. The girl needs to come to work and all this bullshit. Okay, Marlo, so you figure you at work because you dogging the girls out? You figure you at work because you the one keeping up all the mess and all that shit? Yes, granted, there have to be someone willing to carry on the torch of mess, confusion, and actually bark the shit up. Every season we got one on every show. Every reality show has one. But if you agree to this just on a simple fact and principle of, I got to get my name out there, I got to keep my peach, I got to be relatable, I got to let the people... There's so many ways you can do that, sis. Because the way you came at Kandi when y'all had that little situation down there at the escape room, it's no wonder Kandi wanted to choke your motherfucking ass. And she kept telling you, Kandi arrived a little bit late, right? They had a little function that I think Courtney, old horse face ass, put together and invited the girls down there to be messy. And I'm surprised Kandi showed up anyway, knowing she didn't fuck with Marlo like that at the present moment. And she damn sure don't fuck with Courtney, old mule face ass. I'm surprised she showed up, but she did. And just like she told Marlo in the past, bitch, I supported you. I supported you on everything you did. And all these other bitches, Portia included, even though her dingy ass ain't here, and I'm not even petitioning to bring Portia goofy ass back, because at some point she did get some kind of liking and had a good frame of mind to herself, but somewhere along the way the bitch fell off the bridge again. Because anytime a bitch sitting there hollering about the underground railroad and trying to figure out how the train fit up under there, I'm still to this day, I wasn't on back then, but I'm on now, bitch. So my thought process is, how stupid. How utterly stupid. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. But at the end of the day, back to the present moment. Kandi should not have to defend herself over allegations that are litigious, over allegations that had nothing to do with her at all. And she had willingly had the conversation with Marlo and let Marlo know, okay, I understand how you feel. I do apologize. Maybe I could have worked something out back then, but bitch, I got several jobs as to where you only got this one. Other than sucking dick behind a silhouette somewhere or fucking some old white man for a couple of bucks. I got shit to do. You know, I can't be there for everybody every given moment in time, but for that, I do apologize. But with that being said, it had nothing to do with my business. It had nothing to do with me. So why are you constantly having me under scrutiny behind something that I had no participation in? That's so much as not even being the young man's employee anymore. And this is the reason why I told y'all I'm actually getting tired of covering the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I've been really searching for the Married to Medicine season 10 to come out and what the air date's gonna be. But Andy over there fucking up the thing, taking his motherfucking time making a decision. Why, yet he got these fuck babies on this motherfucker, because honestly, you look at Drew, we ain't seen Drew in too many fucking scenes this season. So apparently she must be getting ready to fade the fuck out. I'm okay with it. She can leave now. Exit stage left. It's just that I'm so over and I'm so sick of, if it's gonna be a reality show with women of color, they have to get on here and when they have to bash each other and go in and act a goddamn fool. And when they do decide to support each other or do something on the lighter side or for the greater good, it still winds up directing itself back or falling into the hands or the pits of fuckery, arguing, cussing, damn near fighting, putting each other down, talking about each other's families, damn near talking about each other's kids, which they've been there before. It is just all fuckery to me. Now, I'm going to tell you what I did find funny. It wasn't in this season, and y'all probably going to gag and holler because I watched it like 3 or 4 times. I was sitting down looking at old shit, and some came up and said, it was on YouTube, it said, Portia versus Kenya, some shit like that, whatever the caption was. And I was looking, it was going. And it got to that point right there where they were sitting on that sofa and Cynthia was sitting betwixt them. That's my word from Rose of the Golden Girls. Basically, that's what these bitches are, the Golden Girls. Half of them old as fuck. Sherea's ain't nobody but Sophia. Sophia's still fucking. But Cynthia was sitting betwixt Portia and Kenya. It was that season of reunion, y'all, where Portia beat Kenya motherfucking ass. When she lunged at Kenya and yanked on somehow, I don't know how she got a hold of, what's her name's breast, but yanked Cynthia's titty right out the pocket. And Kenya, Cynthia slid to the side like this here. We're trying to put that titty back up in the cup, back in the holder. And some kind of way, I can't remember because it happened so quick, but Kenya opened her mouth and stood up and kept talking shit to Portia, and Portia lay around and yanked her from the bite in the kitchen, and yanked her so quick, her feet flopped up off the floor like that and dropped her ass. She did a death drop on her back and yanked her ass and drug off that stage like a baby doll. That shit was funny to me. That shit had me up in here hollering. I cried so bad. It was a mess, and I watched it like 15 times. Kenya, that's not to say I condone violence. Nobody that condone violence, but if you watch that video, if you never saw that reunion and you watched that video and you just watched that bitch on repeat, I guarantee you, especially if you done smoked your good stogie, or you got you a nice little drink. Now, I had done neither at the time. I was just at home, just relaxing and watching shit, trying to catch up on some stuff or get more material for y'all and look back on the girls. But when I tell you, Portia yanked that bitch from the bite and was fucking her up, and then she laid down on that floor and thought about it and screamed and hollered because she knew they about to fire her, because Portia was the whoop-ass fanatic on this bitch. She was whooping ass and checking bitches in at the same time. She didn't give a fuck. But we need something new. We need something fresh. We need some fresh blood. If y'all don't do nothing but bring back the old blood of Nene Leakes and Kmsl. Now, I'm going to say this, Kim, don't sit there and let Nene punk you, bitch, if they bring y'all back on the show. Don't let Nene punk you, bitch, because I watched them episodes too. And you did a lot of you got punked a lot, bitch. And I feel like you was stupid. So at the end of the day, if they bring y'all back when Nene buck, bitch, you got to buck too. Just because you the white girl on the show don't mean you can't buck and get ratchet with it, bitch. Get you some French braids or some box braids, bitch, and come up on the thing and get you some bubble gum, bitch, and some of that ruby red lipstick. Put a little color in the bottom, in the tail, in the back of your braids and whatnot. A little feather or something, bitch. Show us you can get ratchet. Get with the bitches. Because they going to get with you. Don't let them do that. Hell, Phaedra. I want Phaedra back. I did not want Phaedra to leave ever. I didn't give a fuck what Phaedra did. If y'all let Portia whoop several bitches' ass and put her back on this motherfucker, I say Phaedra deserves to come back too. Now, word on the street is, Kandi said that if Phaedra came back, that she would leave. Well, Andy, I say let's test them waters. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck. Bring Phaedra back. And if Kandi about that life, let her leave. Now, Kandi, you can hold your motherfucking own. Sit your ass down, because if you sit there and let Portia get away with the allegations that she had on you, bitch, you made friends with her, made good with her after it was all said and done, you and Phaedra need to do the same motherfucking thing, bitch. Y'all can be sisters. Y'all can get it together. Square biz. Anyway, I'm already tired of talking about this bullshit. And get up off your motherfucking ass and get down there to the Bravo Network and get down there and start writing some motherfucking recastments, honey. I already gave you some ideas. Funky done gave you some ideas. A whole bunch of other girls, Kim Pie and all them girls done gave you ideas. Baby, you need to sit your motherfucking ass down and stop playing with them children and come over here and recast this motherfucking show, because word on the street is the ratings is in the motherfucking toilet anyway. And I see why. I see why the ratings are in the toilet. Because we tired of the same asinine, redundant ass, repetitive ass, stupid shit. Sick of it. We want to see something fresh. We want to see something new. How about we see, even if you keep Sheree on there, how about Sheree, y'all help Sheree get that goddamn website up, because I ain't never seen nobody got a website that crashed that much. Bitch, you ain't making that much money. Jay-Z and Beyonce and them, and even, what that boy name is, Kanye West. When they selling their shit, their websites ain't crashing. So, bitch, you need to get you another provider. You sitting there telling that's bullshit. That mean business good to be selling that much? Bitch, please. You can find a network if you got the skrill or the scratch. You can find a network with the bandwidth to hold that kind of weight so you can make your money. Because, bitch, right about now, you're missing out on money. So, like I said, I'm tired of hearing all that bullshit. But anyway, and to get down there and take care of this shit and recast this because it's getting on our nerve. We tired of it. I know I am. I'm scratching my motherfucking wig. I done got so upset. Anyway, y'all make sure to subscribe, like, and share. If this is your first video, definitely subscribe. I see y'all already, shit, I'm looking at the views now and the subscribers. Listen, y'all started running up while I'm sitting there running my fucking mouth and I ain't posted this video yet. So listen, I know y'all ass like Ratchet TV, so I guess it's what I got to give y'all because I see where y'all heart lie and where the heart lies where I want to be, honey. So I got to make sure to bring y'all what y'all asking for. So I'm going to go and get out of here and go find some more ratchet shit to get on top of. I got to find out why Jocelyn beat Big Lex ass and put y'all video down here for that because I've been busy at the 9 to 5. Anyway, love y'all. Make sure to share these videos with somebody. Share with somebody you know. Share with somebody you don't know. Share with somebody you like. Share with somebody you don't give no fucks about. Because at the end of the day, I will be the glue that brings you bitches together. I love you guys so much. Love yourselves always so much full and first and foremost. And love on those in return who choose to love on you in the same because it's a choice. Because if they can't do that, we ain't dealing with no motherfucking land yet, right? All right. Stay in your positive energy. Stay in your king and your queen energy. Always, bitch, straighten your crown up and walk high and mighty. Anybody say have, act like you all that be conceited, but give the essence of conceited. But when approached, bitch, answer like a king or a queen would, with respect and elegance. Always. All right, love you guys. To the next video. Holla.